if that works.
July 18th, 1839. I started today from Fort Uinta at the White Rocks. I ride to Fort Uncompahgre with inventory papers for Mr. A. Robidoux. Our party includes Richardson, Chen, Mr. Schultz, and my Indian woman, Oot. Mr. Schultz is employed by Mr. Robidoux, as am I. The trapper Richardson has been to the summer rendezvous at Horse Creek. He says business was bad there and the mood was dull. Beaver's getting scarce, and there are rumors of some mountaineers forming horse-stealing raids into the missions surrounding Los Angeles. Mr. Chen works for Sinclair and Thompson at Fort Davy Crockett in Brown's Hole. He is a whiskey trader. Mr. Robidoux supplies Taos water to that nasty place and Fort Uinta. We are a ragged bunch at best. July 19th. We're camped a few miles from the Seed Skidoo. Today was very hot, so we rode slowly, looking forward to nightfall. Our cooking fire is of greasewood and sage, and we boil dry meat and coffee for our supper. Oot made busy making cattail cakes, and we chose lots for night horse guard, and I drew up middle of the night again. Today we crossed the Seed Skidoo at a slow-flowing place. The water was deep, and Mr. Schultz lost his small pack mule as it went under the water with a load of traps and our dry meat. The mosquitoes were thick as fog, and we moved away from the river and made camp high on the south bank. Mr. Schultz went back to look for the mule and packs. I suggested that effort was futile, but he went and returned, finding no sign of the mule. The loss of the traps, about $300, and the mule, $16, all at the bottom of the river somewhere. July 21st. We broke camp this morning and struck Bitter Creek where it meets the Seed Skidoo. There's more water and grass along this course. We saw deer and stopped a while to hunt and replace our lost meat supply. Mr. Chen killed a fat buck, and we supped heartily on fresh backstrap and boudins. A rain shower passed late in the day, cooling the evening. Mr. Chen is guarding the horses tonight. A lone rider passed by us early on this high trail. He told us to be on our watch. He suspects that Wakara, the Ute horse thief, and a group of bandits in these parts called Chaguanosos might be watching the trails and main road along our route. July 24th. We have hunted for a few days and recouped our meat supply. Oot set the meat to dry on willow sticks and swatted at the flies with the chokecherry switch. We saddled up and dropped off the headwaters of Bitter Creek and ascended a rough trail to the valley bottom and camped here at the mark of Mr. A. Robidoux, carved on a rock wall of the canyon. This is the third time I have passed by it since it was made 2 years ago. Mr. Robidoux has been in the mountains for about 12 years. I carry some papers to show he is legal with both the American and Mexican government to trade in this territory. July 25th. Today, we traveled south to the Grand River and crossed it without incident. Shortly after striking the main road, we came upon a camp of travelers. 3 men, and oddly, a red-haired woman dressed in man's clothing. I thought 4 men till we approached closer. A buckskin-clad man on a spirited painted horse introduced himself to us as Falwell. He was friendly and full of information. He, a man named Andrew Barcina, and a suspicious-looking Mexican fellow called Pablo are escorting the lady to New Mexico. The dawn of her prominent family passed on, so she is conducting the business of her deceased father. Barcina is her personal attendant and an old family friend. He is a Texian and was a soldier in the time of the Alamo fight in 1836. The lady is Senora Benita Benavidez of Rancho de Mula in New Mexico and is returning from Mission San Gabriel. She purchased tame mares and mules from the mission, paying for them with a caravan of woolen goods made in Santa Fe. Falwell says there are many hundreds of animals in the herd driven by her caballeros. She wishes to raise good mules in New Mexico, and I believe she will. She and Barcina are finely mounted. Large mules bring a premium in the Santa Fe market. July 28th. We are still at this place, letting the stock fill up on grass. Barcina says little, but did say his brother was killed at the Alamo fight. The Senora commands respect and loyalty from these men, but they allow no one to approach her. Their remuda has not yet overtaken our camp, and I sense they are concerned about the delay. Tomorrow we go on to Fort Uncompahgre, where I and Mr. Schultz will set about doing inventory and see to the business of Mr. Robidoux at the fort and to make a report to him. Richardson and Chen go into the San Juans to scout for the fall beaver hunt. They hope there are some few beaver left to be found. July 29th, today we are traveling east on the road to Fort Uncompahgre. We stop to rest the stock and check and refill our canteens.
Señora. Ladrón, Leo. Bocara, Escalante.
We must go now.